And welcome back to Let's Play G.I. Joe The Atlantis Factor. With me again is Skippy Granola.
Howdy, folks.
Alright, today we get to play around with Roadblock more. And you're going to see, when he does melee, he just absolutely tears through these cobras.
That's fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing this top-level combo.
And that one right there, that Storm Shadow just killed, that was one of the ones that he took forever for me to identify. I had to sit down with pictures of some of the cobras fully geared up just so I could figure out, okay, who is this guy? Because, you know, some of these sprites, like I said, they're not the most detailed. Oh, and this is a part that always makes me pause a little, because gotta love those bottomless pits of the 80s, huh? And here's why.
Yeah.
Those two sentries that just shot at me. Yeah. Although I'm also slightly showing off a trick that the pulse rifle does. It stops projectiles. The energy wave actually... Yeah, it blows them away. So, you know, it's like... once you figure that out, oh yeah. You know, you can absolutely abuse it.
Perfect zone of ultimate safety, because I know Capcom really loves throwing little bullet storms there in their platforming.
Yes, and you'll see that in some of the a couple of the later stages. Yeah, this stage, you know, while it's kind of interesting for the amount of enemies they throw at you, so you could really sit there and just grind levels all day. For some reason, it's one of the less inspired ones. It feels more like it belongs in, I don't know, Little Nemo?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, and there's another ridiculous Cobra vehicle for you, the Buzzbore.
Right.
I don't even... No, it never made it into the cartoon. It was in that little brief period... There was a brief period after the movie, and before Geek got hold of it, that there was no cartoon at all, so they just kind of... You know, some Joes and Cobras and vehicles just never made it to animation. Which is kind of a shame, because it would have been fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and now we get to find Capcom's other favorite thing to pull on us. A maze.
Oh, great.
Yes. Although, there is slight justification for it. We're going through a research lab. Wouldn't that look a lot of the same most of the time?
Yeah, I suppose.
You know, endless hallway. You are in a maze of twisty corridors that all look alike.
And no signs, because geniuses don't need signs.
Well, actually, if you look around at the doors, they all have signs.
Oh, they do have little signs.
It's just we can't read them because they're so tiny and illegible.
Ah.
Now, part of the idea for this stage is they want you to check every single door for what you need. Yeah, we're having none of that. I will, like I said, show off the whole stage, but that's about it.
So the doors lead to, like, extra rooms, or just kind of a text box saying, nope, nobody here?
No, actually, you do go in there, and you're counted as in the room, so if there's anybody, like those sentries, firing, they can't touch you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was a nice touch. It's just, I don't really show it off until the relevant door.
Well, you don't need to, because Storm Shadow's just tearing through everybody.
Yeah, exactly. What else? Oh, and there was a bit in the pre-mission briefing that Stalker gives you before every stage. They were talking about stop the creature. We never actually run into any genetically enhanced creature that they're making in this, so it's like, okay, Capcom, I guess you guys kind of forgot about that little thread, huh? Oh, and that bit that I just had him jump over? Contact edge.
Yep. Ah, I gotcha.
And then you have to wonder, what kind of lab is this? That they have that sort of thing in their laboratory, right?
If anyone was gonna have, like, pits of boiling acid, I suppose it would be a Cobra scientist.
Well, there we go. I just showed off the hide in doorways so you don't get shot.
Unfortunately, it seems like you're kind of at their mercy when you're coming out. So
Yeah, it's all about the timing.
a lot of power, though.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I love about some of these bases is you get some crazy power-ups if you're doing it right. And as you might have noticed, I'm getting a ton of bullets around this place. And then the thought occurs to me that, later on, I know it's a game and all, but it's like, who leaves their not their power-ups, their ammo all over the place in the floor vents?
Oh, it's those leaky suit guys. I bet it just kind of falls out of their pockets.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh man.
Ugh. Great. Now the Crimson Guardsmen. No, not the Guardsmen. Ugh. See, there's the other problem. My head is so full of Joe knowledge, it takes a minute to actually dig up the database.
To search that internal wiki.
Yes. The Crimson Guardsmen commanders, there we go, who are also the Cobra accountants, basically. Yeah, now they're going to charge me double for extra ammo.
I love that they thought to give Cobra a financial services decision.
Oh yeah, heck, even one of the guys that was a boss in the last game, his other specialty, besides genetically modified hunting hawks, is he's an accountant.
That's wonderful.
I know, and the best part is that the guy who came up with all of this stuff, when they went from the 12-inch figures to the 3 3/4, was a Vietnam vet. In fact, what's that company? IDW, Idea and Design Works, that are currently doing Transformers and G.I. Joe. He's writing for them for the revival of the 90s comic.
Oh wow.
Yes. Which is great, because, that was the comic hero back in the 80s and 90s, too.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's just, I love little bits like that, This is a guy who, he may not have been in the military for a long time, but he knew his stuff, at least. And he did his best to, while writing a big advertisement for toys, at least make it kind of military, kind of action, adventure-y, and interesting. Not everybody gets along, not everybody agrees. Leatherneck, that Joe, he dislikes one of the medics because he's a pacifist. Yeah, which is a shame for him because Lifeline can kick your ass in Aikido. It's like, just because he doesn't carry a gun doesn't mean he's not a capable combatant, buddy.
Sure. I see the, platforming challenges are getting a lot more intense right now.
Yeah, tons, a lot more timing. Oh, and fun bit, that guard type that's walking around there that I killed a couple of on the way in.
Yeah.
I didn't actually identify him until I killed him. Because then I got a very good look at everything on his chest, and I realized, oh, that's who that guy is.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got a little confused, because I'm like, wait, this game came out in 91, wasn't that one of the 92 issue covers? And here we have one of the oldest Cobra fighters ever, called Major Blood. He considers himself a poet. I will have to look it up in the comics, but he has this great, horrible rhyme. Like 2 words that he thinks rhymes, but they won't. and now you see what I mean.
It's a shame we belly dropped him so quick.
I know. And did you see what I showed off at the beginning? If you start firing at him, he'll start crawling around the arena like crazy.
Yep.
And, it's like, he'll throw grenades at you. He makes it really hard to kill him. So I love that they came up with that. That, no, you have to melee this guy. Any other way is going to be a long exercise in frustration and pain.
Right.
And here we see Capcom's other fondness. Reusing things with a different color.
Yep.
Although they did at least give us a different vehicle that flies by overhead. That's called the Sea Ray, I believe? Let me check.
Wow. Snake Eyes only has 2 bars of health.
Yes, he's the one that you really need to life level up quickly.
Kind of got to babysit him a bit.
Yeah. Which is the other reason that he's both ideal and dangerous at this stage. Because his sword is up there on par with Roblox's fists, but then you're getting kind of dangerously close to that gun.
Right.
And even if it doesn't shoot, contact damage. Yeah, Snake Eyes has the highest and fastest jump. He has a special move that none of the other Joes have. I will absolutely demolish a boss with him later.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yes, it will be fun. I believe he actually has the strongest rocket launcher. Oh, guys, that's the last one you get. The rocket launcher does have a small built-in downside to it. Because it's firing off rockets, explosions. So
right.
You don't want to be particularly close to your bullets when they make contact with something.
Which is fair enough, for rocket launchers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, one of the ways I level up Snake Eyes' life is by taking advantage of the revival trick in one of the later stages.
Oh, okay.
Because when you revive them, they'll come back minus a bar of health.
Oh.
But since you're reviving, since you had to start the stage over, everything has respawned, including power-ups.
So as long as you pick up more than one power-up, you're actually ahead of the game.
Yeah, that's how I do it. Is I pick up the life extension for like 3 times in one stage. So he gains about 3 bars of life.
Awesome.
And here, I think I send him in solo because stage 2 doesn't require anybody but him. Well, no, okay, I do send 2 others, but I mostly use him.
Oh, this password system is crazy complicated.
Yeah, one of the sites that I frequent the forum for. That was one of the site owners' big "fuck you" Nintendo moments in gaming.
Yeah.
Was the password system. Because, there, I just showed off one of his 2 specials. It is a one-hit kill on anything.
Really?
On any enemies, anyway. Haven't tried it on bosses yet. Yeah, I think I showed it up. Yeah, see...
Whoa, what?
Yeah, he and Storm Shadow, once they hit level 3, have a sliding slice. Dash forward, slicing repeatedly. Snake Eyes can tear just about anything with that.
I can see. Holy.
And like I said, there is a boss later that if you do not use this trick, you're going to be fighting him for about 4 or 5 minutes.
Ooh, man.
Which, that's actually quite... If you consider how much damage I'm doing by that point in the game, that's actually quite a bit. And Snake Eyes just kind of, nope, we're having none of that.
That's awesome. I love ninjas!
And the funny part about this one, too, is this is actually the same Snake Eyes sprite from the last game.
Oh.
As near I can tell, except for, like, a little change for, like, ring and all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about that is, when the last game came out, he was wearing a completely different outfit than you can see him in his character portrait there, and that they have on the box art. So it's like, okay, Capcom, maybe you should have been just a tiny bit less lazy for that part. I was trying to, there we go. I was trying to end the stage in style by having him grab it from his little diving jump.
Nothing more stylish than falling flat on your face.
Right. And I show off one more boss.
Nice. I really like the bosses in this game.
Yeah, the bosses are surprisingly well designed as you look at them.
I mean, they're all basically variations on just very large man, but...
Yeah. But they do also throw in a little quirk that's kind of exclusive to the particular Cobra that represents.
Yeah. You got a little twist.
In this stage, I do end up showing off Snake Eyes' effect on, ability on a boss, but only because otherwise we'd be here even longer than that later boss fight.
Oh gosh.
In this one, we're facing down a robot/cyborg with an immensely high defense.
Oh dear.
Yeah, as a kid, I could never quite beat him until I figured out use Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes will get rid of most of his health. For that matter, I did actually at one point start trying to write up a damage chart and figuring out what weapons in the hands of what Joe. How many hits it takes to kill which specific troop or boss. But then I stopped and I'm like, okay, there's being a fan, and then there's being absolutely obsessed with this game. And then the other, then it kind of hit me like, do I really want to spend that many hours on a spreadsheet?
For real. I mean, I would, because I love spreadsheets, and also I'm an evil accountant. But
then at the other part of the time, it's like you're sitting there counting how many shots you had to do to kill.
Exactly.
It's like that would be at least 5 or 6 playthroughs of the game, and even then you'd have to make sure you're paying exact attention.
Mm-hmm.
And just so much juggling. I'm like, okay, I think I'll just finish that as a free time kind of project, not for the Let's Play.
Yeah, of course. I think it's probably good enough for our beloved viewers to see what's effective.
Yeah. I mean, most of the time, most things will be effective. It's just there are certain stages where you're really better off with melee. Because, as Gung Ho was saying earlier, some troops will actually get stronger when you hit them with lasers. Not lasers.
Just like, what's his name? Major Blood.
Yeah, like Major Blood. If you try any guns on him, he starts pulling out that trick, and it's like, okay, this is going to take a while with way too much jumping involved.
Yeah.
Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention, for some of those flying sentries that you see around, some of them have this little quirk. They will fire every time you fire.
Huh.
So, if you're trying to use guns to take care of them, you will quickly discover, okay, that was a mistake.
I see.
Oh, and this one was fun because it's a rescue the hostages stage. It took me a long time to figure out I was not properly reading this one part on the map.
Oh.
And it's coming up. I will actually show it off in a second. Just above, that bit above there, it is actually a false floor that you can fall through. And there's the final hostage, just in case you missed him before you go to the boss.
Oh, well, how about that?
Yeah, so it's kind of nice, but at the same time, if you're just looking for the path to the boss and not realizing, oh, I have all these objectives to meet. That was probably the other thing with this game. It's a great game, but maybe not exactly for kids, because they might not always have the patience to sit and read and realize, oh, okay, I need to do this, this, and this first.
So, do you fail the level if you don't get all the hostages?
No, you just can't enter the boss arena.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah. Like I said, as a kid, until I figured that out.
Hi, Overkill. Bye, Overkill.
Yeah, like I said, if you don't use the dashing slide on that, we would have been here for over 5 minutes. And now we get our second support team member.
Oh, Big Bear!
I know, you kind of love that name, right?
Holy, that's amazing. This guy must have been added way late, though. Like...
Yeah, he was like a 92 character, and he...
So just after the fall of the Berlin Wall?
Pretty much, yeah. He was from the Russian counterparts called the October Guard.
That's a much cooler name than G.I. Joe.
Yeah, but it wouldn't really work for us.
Nope.
Okay, and that's episode 3 of Let's Play G.I. Joe The Atlantis Factor. And thanks for joining us, Internet. We'll see you next time.
Adios.